The Mangalem Quarter, with its wide roads and pedestrian streets, was always so inviting, wasn't it? We could have just wandered around there for hours, just walking. It felt so much more open than the streets where we were headed, right? But it was in these narrow, cobbled streets where we found the best restaurants. We were looking for a particular place that night, weren't we? I thought it was tucked away somewhere up there, in the alleys. And then we saw this. A car was actually blocking the entire street. I have no idea how they even got it up here, right? We had to take this road to the right. This square was still pretty bright and, well, it was full of people eating outside. It was a lot more crowded than the other streets, wasn't it? It was the busiest spot we'd seen in Gorica so far. Mangalem, which is just across the river, and then Gorica, where we're walking right now. These are the two historic quarters here. Mangalem was the Muslim side, while Gorica was historically the Christian neighborhood. But to actually get to the restaurant, we had to walk up this narrow, cobblestoned alley. It was a bit of a climb on the old stones, wasn't it? It felt like we were headed somewhere hidden away. Onella was pointing out this house here. It's actually got the oldest well in Gorica right inside. Centuries ago, having a private well was a massive sign of wealth and security, wasn't it? It even served as a secret base for the anti-fascist resistance, hidden right here in the labyrinth of Gorica. Those thick walls are classic Ottoman style, and it's just incredibly well preserved. Onella was using two phones just to try and find the way. Google Maps was pretty unreliable in Albania, and in the labyrinth of Gorica, it was absolutely no help at all. That was our second week in Albania and, well, the Balkan playlist is still growing. So if you're planning a visit, or you're just curious about a country that was closed off for 47 years, I've dropped the link to the playlist in the description below. We were standing there in front of another entrance, but it still wasn't the restaurant we were looking for. And there are just so many spots hidden in this maze called Gorica that it felt like every single turn just led to another tucked away place. None of them were the right one though, so it was actually pretty easy to get lost in the alleys, wasn't it? Aha! Finally we found our restaurant, and it was tucked away right behind these white stone steps. We had to climb even more stairs just to get to the entrance, didn't we? It really felt like we were walking right into someone's private home, especially after all that wandering and getting lost in the alleys of Gorica. It was definitely worth the climb. Because once we squeezed through the narrow doorway, it just opened up into this beautiful, lit-up garden area. We had to wait for a bit at this lower garden level until a table was free. Apparently we weren't the only ones who hadn't made a reservation. There were quite a few others just like us, waiting around in the garden for a spot to open up. Everyone seemed to have the same idea that night. While we were waiting in the garden, I was thinking about the Shala River videos we did in Shkodra. Those are already on the Albania playlist if you want to see more. I've put the link in the comments section for you. And we actually visited the little-known Bogov waterfall here in Berat too. That video is coming soon, so keep an eye out for it. If you're enjoying the walk, it would be a huge help if you'd subscribe and like the video. It helps other people find us, and helps this small channel grow. We're still quite small, so it really counts. Thanks for that.
There she goes.
So, this is my appetizer, a Raki that I ordered. I'd say the liquid portions here in Albania are, well, they're pretty generous, aren't they? Our waiter is a total blur tonight. He's just darting between all these tables and managing to stay on top of everything at once. It's quite something to watch him navigate the crowd while we just relax and wait for our dinner to arrive. It looks like he's actually the only one waiting on all these tables tonight. And honestly, he must be the busiest person in the whole of Albania right now. It's just impressive how he keeps it all moving without missing a beat. We've been traveling through Albania for a bit now, and honestly, the food has been a real highlight. There's a lot of variety, from the fresh fish we had up north to the hearty traditional dishes we're finding here in Berat. And you know, I found that Albanian food is mostly for the palate and not so much for the eye. It might not always look like a work of art, but, well, the flavor usually tells the whole story anyway. It's also very affordable too. You get such high quality for what you pay in these little family-run places.
Bad, eh? Not so good.
It's terrible.
It's a bill, please.
Well, dinner's finished, and for the next video, we're going to take a full walk through the streets here. So that'll be a whole video on its own. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss that or the upcoming videos. It's actually quite peaceful out here now that the night has settled in. Thanks for coming along with me, and I'll see you in the next one.